Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the main channel. And as you can see, we're going to be doing a tier list for the new Anime Adventures update. And well, if you've played the update, you know things have been shaken up. So this isn't going to be like, oh yeah, this unit's good. No, it's going to be completely flipped upside down because the new units have completely changed the meta of this game. All right, so as you can see here, we have our rankings here: top 10, meta hybrid, meta ground, meta support, decent, and decent support. I don't want to make too many tiers because then it's just a little too much. I already ranked all the trash ones. You can pause and look at it and see if you disagree, but they're all trash. All right, first off, we have Aizen, the old one. He is decent. That's it. Next, we have Akutagawa. At this point, I'm going to move him into decent. I feel like those units are not really viable anymore, which was crazy because last update, I said they were. Albedo, she's still meta ground as much as people don't want to admit. She definitely is. She's full AoE, just does a ton of damage. Alucard as well is still meta ground. Move on to Ainz. I don't know if Ainz is still in top 10. I think he will be, but let's just keep him meta hybrid for now. It's kind of crazy. I realized I forgot to snag Vegito, so you know what? Where's he at? I know he's somewhere in here. I put him in here. Where is he? Here, Vecco. He'll be Vegito. All right, next we have Archer. Archer's the hybrid one, I believe, so he's going to go meta hybrid. Asuna is decent, probably behind Aizen. Next we have Atsushi. I do think Atsushi's still meta ground, just because he does bleed. But, you know, obviously Akutagawa's not. Next we have Avdol. Avdol is just going to go in decent at this point. He's fallen off. Bakugo, honestly, I'm going to put him in trash. I don't know why I didn't. Same with Bang. Bell is actually decent. He does quite a lot of damage, especially for a Battle Pass unit. That's pretty big range. Brook is a decent support, although not all that great. Next we have Kid Buu, who is meta hybrid pretty easily. And we have Charmy, who is a decent support, just a slow. And we have Chuya, who is still meta hybrid as well, just because of how much DPS and how cheap he is. I mean, Jesus. Next we have Conrad, the Wizard King. He's decent. He's not all that great, though. As much as I hate to say, Crush is still a decent support. He's a shield breaker, so yeah. Next we have Darky. She's also a support. Not all that great, though. Dazai, he is a meta support, believe it or not. Demiurge is going to be meta hybrid. Now, for some of these, if you want explanations, just let me know. Obviously, I'm going to explain the ones that matter, but like for Dazai, maybe I should explain his ability. Basically, it cancels like all effects, like flying, regen, stuff like that. Gets rid of them. But yeah, some of the other ones, like for example, Chuya. I mean, I did explain, but like Demiurge, there's not much to explain. He's just good hybrid. Deku, he's going trash as well. Diavolo is a decent support, not all that great. Amelia is still a meta support because of her slow, and you can get a perfect slow on her. But there's others. I meant to put Whitebeard in trash. Don't know why he's there. Next we have Endeavor, who is still decent, honestly. He'd probably go right there, right behind the old Aizen. Then we have Dofi, who is also probably decent. Also probably going to be knocked out of meta ground. He did a lot of damage. Jesus. I swear it's like I start talking and everything just wants to erupt from me. But anyway, he's decent. Fujitora. I honestly cannot say he's meta hybrid anymore. He's going to go decent. Gabimaru. Gabimaru is meta ground, but for different reasons. He's tournament meta a lot, so that's why he's going to be there. He doesn't really stack up to Atsushi or Albedo, but he's a lot more useful. All right, next we have Caesar. Literally same thing. Going to go meta ground as well. I think Gabimaru is slightly better, but yeah, same thing. Next we have Genos. Don't know why I didn't put this in trash. Gilgamesh is definitely meta hybrid. Probably put him right above Kid Buu. Gojo is still a decent support, although not great. Goku is obviously meta hybrid. You go right above Chuya, although that might be closer than you think. Next we have Frieza. Frieza's just decent. He's definitely fallen off. He'd probably go right there. All right, next we have Griffith. If I'm not mistaken, this list does have 2 Griffiths. Okay, maybe I am mistaken. I'm only seeing this one. Yeah, so I guess only one Griffith. Sorry. So what you're mainly going to use Griffith for is support, and he is meta support. While I'm here, I didn't see it on the list, so I'm just going to talk about it. For Griffith and, any other buff, I saw Leafy down there, but Orwin and Wendy as well are also meta support. You need to get those. They're must-have units more than anything, but I don't like making the must-have category because there's like 3 units that go in there. But anyway, Griffith, Orwin, Wendy, or Leafy instead of Wendy are must-have units, so just keep that in mind. Next we have Guts, who is definitely still meta hybrid, absolute tournament slayer. Gyutaru is just decent, I guess. Haribel. Honestly, I don't think Haribel's meta hybrid anymore. I'm going to just be honest. She could go top of decent for now. Heathcliff as well, I don't think is meta ground anymore. I think he can go in decent. Hidan. I'd say Hidan's still meta ground towards the end, but his bleed ability is very helpful. Next we have Hinami. Hinami is definitely still meta hybrid. She is so good for early players. I was telling people to go get her, and people that didn't go get her are honestly suffering. Where would I put her? I put her right behind Chuya. Homura. Now, Homura may end up in top 10, but she's obviously meta support. One of the best supports in the game since she time stops, and she's hybrid, so that's great. Next we have Ichi Dusk, and I think his time has come to put him in trash. Honestly, he lasted such a long time. Like, he was never great, don't get me wrong. But he was pretty good for story for a very long time, but not recently. All right, next we have Ilya. She's still meta ground. She still does a bunch of damage, so can't really complain about her. Issei, he is just decent at this point. Probably put him right behind Utero. And we have Itachi. Itachi's just decent as well. Probably put him right behind Endeavor. Izu as well is going to... I keep saying as well. Sorry, I need to stop. She's going to go decent too. Dio Over Heaven is still a meta support. Probably right there. I'll probably switch Amelia and Dazai like that. I don't know why I had Amelia below Dazai. Next we have Jiraiyah, who I am going to put above Amelia. And the reason why is because he's practically the same thing. You could get a perfect SPA on him as well. He's a thick line too. He's, I believe, slightly more expensive. But other than that, not a big deal. He's still just as good. Next we have Julius, who's a decent support. He's basically a rewind, but we have a better one, which here is. Kira is a meta support. I'd probably put it right behind the slows. He's not as valuable as the slows, but he obviously is very valuable. He rewinds units. Next we have Kirito, who as well has fallen out of meta ground, honestly. So he's just going to go into decent. Kisuke is a decent support. I believe he buffs range? I don't know. They're not very good, so I don't run them. Kisame, he's just fallen off entirely. Clay honestly has 2. Koichi, meta support, probably the best supports for infinites. The other 2 are definitely better for tournaments, but yeah, I'm gonna just have them above for that. Next we have Konan. She's definitely still meta hybrid, but she is towards her way out. Kyoka, she's decent as well. Probably put her just right there. Lancer, honestly at this point, is Lancer still meta ground? Honestly, don't think so. I think he's just going to go top of decent. Law, he's meta support as well with Homura. He has the ability called Shambles, or I think it's called Scramble now, where you can teleport enemies back. Again, he might end up in top 10 as well, but like I said, things really got flipped on their head with this update, so there's not going to be a lot of room. Leafy, it's the same thing, like I said with earlier about the buffs. Oros, I don't know. He's not trash. He's decent, I guess. I'll put him there. Luffy as well is decent. He's not all that great. Put him right above Bell. I don't know why I didn't put Lelouch trash. That's my bad. Madoka is better than Frieza for sure. Mami is probably up there. Meliodas, is he still meta ground? No, I think his time has come. Meliodas as well has also left meta ground. It's crazy he lasted so long. He just does so much damage. It's ridiculous. Meta Knight obviously is no longer meta. I mean, jeez. I'll probably put him right above the Sword Art Boys. Nami, I just put her in decent support. She's okay. She generates enemies that spawn money. Naruto is pretty easily meta ground. He's going to go number 2. He just does so much damage. He does like over a mil. Oshi, this is the same thing as the buffs. She's just important no matter what. Pain is no longer able to be obtained, but he is going to go meta support but towards the bottom because there's a better version of him. He just does a lot of damage, so it kind of depends on what you need. Verona, I'm just going to put her in trash. I know she's a slow, but yeah. Is Poseidon still meta hybrid? I have him unique, so it's hard to tell. I'm probably going to say no. He's going to go at the top of decent, but I'm going to say he's not meta hybrid anymore. Like I said, I have him unique, but I couldn't tell you last time I've seen someone run Poseidon just because there's so much better options now. Power, she's a decent support. Honestly, she could go in meta because she's similar to Pain, but you have to trade for her, so I'm going to put her lower. Next we have Escanor. I know he got a buff, but he's no longer meta hybrid. Uchi, he's still a meta support, obviously. He's very, very important. Is he more important than the slows? Let's see, that's tough. Where would I put Poochie? That's a tough one. Where do I want to put him at? Let's see. He can go right behind the slows. He basically halves all cooldowns. He got a big buff too. Shanks is still a decent support. Not anything crazy, but yeah. Roger is somehow still meta ground. He still does a lot, but not all that great. Rohan's a decent support. His ability is basically he does a random ability, so you never know what you're going to get with him. Roshi's actually decent. He does a lot more damage than you'd think. He's going to go decent. Saber, I don't think she's meta ground anymore. I think she's going to go decent. Right above Lancer. Then we have Sabo. Honestly, Sabo's going trash. Sayako, she can go with the rest of her friends. Just above Madoka. Oops. Then Goku trash. I don't know why I have him on there. Shaltir, see, this is the better version of Power that you could still get. And she's definitely more valuable than Dazai. Probably put her right above Kira. Then we have Shigaraki, who's just recently released into the game. He is decent. Here you go, above Luffy. G-Suite's trash. I don't know why. I have him there too. Skull Knight's going to go right above Dofi because they're like the same unit pretty much for the most part. Smoker is still decent, I guess. He's not great, but yeah. Sasuke, he is meta ground. He's probably going to go top of meta ground. He's very valuable to have. Stain, as well, meta ground. I'll probably put him right behind Sasuke, although his ability's probably better. So, but that would be more support role. Sukuna is a decent support. I believe he does bleed amplification, which is the same as Power and Shaltir. I could be wrong, though. Next we have Tengen. Also, not meta anymore. I'll put Tengen right above. Meliodas. Tatsumaki, this is the better version of Pain. Now, I would put her above Kira. She pushes back, but constantly. Like, Kira's like a rewind, and she just does it with every attack. Usopp, this for sure is going to be top 10. Usopp's probably not going to leave top 10, maybe forever. His DPS is still one of the highest in the game, and he places traps that are hybrid and does true damage, so he's still top 10. Vegeta is meta ground. He's full AoE, not hybrid, obviously. Yami, I don't know why I didn't put him in trash. Same with Yamamoto. Alright, now we get to like some of the newer units. Sorry, these are in random order. I was just moving them around. Alright, we got Shido, who is a leaderboard unit. He's trash. I don't even know why I pretended to bring him up here. Alright, we got Demi-Human, I think is his name. No, I have not evoed him yet, but I've seen some showcases on him, and he seems to be a meta ground. I don't believe he's hybrid, but he does a lot of damage from what it seems. Actually, I don't think he goes. No, he can stay above Naruto. Alright, next we have Yosina or Yoshino or whatever. She goes decent support. She's a slow. Sid, I do not think he's top 10 anymore. I do think he's meta hybrid above Gilgamesh. But let's move on. We have Ghost Kun. He's probably still meta ground. Probably just above Atsushi, sadly. Next we have Aizen. Aizen is definitely still top 10, so he's going to go top 10. Next we have Buddha. I honestly think Buddha's just decent. I don't think he's really all that great. But I should probably put him behind Escanor. He's more just like a showpiece, you know. Siren is meta support. She is also one of the best slows in the game. I do not think you can get perfect slow on her, though. I could be incorrect. I do not think you can, so I'm just going to put her there. But she is hybrid off placement. All right, next we have Judar, who also might not be top 10 anymore, so we will see. I'm going to have to build the top 10 after, because like I said, this update was huge for meta units and just meta everything. Next we have Cream, who is definitely meta ground. Probably going to go above Vegeta. Elf Mage is meta hybrid, but she's not all that great. I'd probably put her behind Hinami, just to be honest. She's multi-hit, though, so if you want to put her above, then maybe. Next we have Honey, and if you watch my last one, I think you know Honey's like... She's hard to rank because she's pretty much only for beginner stuff, but she's probably the best beginner unit you can have. But she's still decent enough, I'll put her in meta hybrid. Alright, next we have Grimmjow, who is very easily meta ground. He does so much damage, it's ridiculous. Next we have Grammy. Grammy's honestly just decent. He's pretty bad. Next we have Psychic Princess. Honestly, she's trash. Not even going to sugarcoat it. Mechamaru, he is decent. He actually is. Most Infinity Castle units are trash, but he's decent. Silver Slayer, honestly, he's trash too. Phaeton is going to be meta hybrid. He does burn as well. Probably put him below Guts, because there's no burn amplification. If we got that, he'd be better. Switchblade as well. He has his own unique ability called Dismember, I believe. He is meta ground. So I'd probably put him above Sasuke just because of his ability, especially if you get the relic. Next we have Somber. She does bleed. I think she's ground. She's decent. Not crazy good or anything. Next we have Killstreak, who he's hybrid. I don't think he has anything special about him, though. But he does a decent bit. Put him right above Elf Mage. Next up, Sakamoto. Definitely a meta ground. He does a lot as well. And he buffs himself. If you don't know, he kind of has like the Escanor ability where he buffs himself every single round. And he ends up doing a ton of damage. Alright, next, this is going to be Vegito. Vegito is obviously still top 10. Very strong unit. It's going to be below Aizen, though. Yeah, Rukia. Oh, Rukia's tough because I haven't pulled her yet. Now, I know she has a passive, but I haven't really seen what it can do. I haven't seen an in-depth showcase of her as well. Her ability is kind of unique. It's similar to Hikari's, who we'll talk about in a bit. So I'm not sure if she's top 10. I believe she's hybrid, though. Okay, so I was incorrect. She's ground only, but I was able to read about what she does, and she has a freeze ability that does damage as well. So I'm debating if maybe she goes into support since she's a freeze unit. I'm going to put her into support. I feel like she's going to be in that role more. I'm going to put her under the slows just because slows are always going to be useful. Freeze is not. So yeah, but she seems pretty strong. She's full AoE. Okay, so this is me editing the video right now, and I just wanted to talk about the Rukia thing because I learned more information on her. Now, I still don't know if she's ground or hybrid because when I checked in the wiki, it said ground, but then I heard people saying she was full AoE, but she would actually be above the slows, and she is probably the best or top 3 at least for supports in the game because she also slows and freezes and does damage. So, yeah, I apologize. I was not prepared for the information for her. Next, we have Toji, who is probably going to go top of meta ground. His DPS is just insane, but that's it. He's burst as well, not multi-hit, which sucks. But he just does a ton of damage, so yeah. Next we have Megami, who without a doubt is top 10. I'd probably say better than Aizen. Not only is he ridiculous before summoning Maharaga, Maharaga's a beast too. He's full AoE hybrid, and then you summon Maharaga, who just has a bunch of crazy abilities that, honestly, I can't really explain. You just need to go watch a showcase on it, because there's a lot, and it would just take up a lot of time. But yeah, he's top 10 without a doubt. I think he's the second best unit in the game. Alright, next we have Akari, who is also a support. Again, I haven't really seen an in-depth thing about his ability either. I know it stocks up like Rukia's does. And I'm going to put him right behind Pucci, because I do know he buffs crit no matter what, even with a bad roll. So that's why he's going to go meta support anyway, because he gives people 50% crit, sometimes 100% crit. So he's basically adding like another 100% damage, right? So he's going to go meta support. Alright, next we have Alicia. I believe Alicia is the best unit in the game. I'm not going to go over everything, but if you don't know, she is... her summons are hybrid. She has dragons that summon that increase range and damage. She does damage herself. Her DPS is well over 500k. It's just insane. That's all you need to know. She's hybrid and her DPS is over 500k. So, yeah. Top 10. Yeah, she's top 1. Next we have Zombie. This is another support. And honestly, I'm going to put her right behind the slows. I think there's an argument to be made that she's higher, because she does buff 2 of the best units in the game, which are Alicia and Ainz. She buffs summons, so summons do more damage. And I wonder if that buffs Maharaga. I don't know, because I don't have both of them. And this is the Battle Pass unit, so... the Battle Pass unit looked decent, but I don't know. So, obviously, we need to fill out the top 10. Ainz is going to go back on there, probably just behind Vegito. Honestly, don't think anyone from Meta Ground makes it. I'm going to put Homura, and I'm going to put Law. Oshi, again, goes with the buffs, so it doesn't really count. Those are just must-have units. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. I think it's pretty easily going to be Dark Mage, who's going to go right behind Ainz, and then Guts, who's going to go right behind him. I see the argument for Toji, or... No, I don't, actually. I don't really see the argument for anyone else. Sure, their DPS is good, but the fact these guys are hybrid and aren't far behind just makes them way better. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. If you think my opinion's wrong, I think it's pretty good. But I'm glad Aizen's not just incredibly broken, since he was so difficult to get. You can actually... There's 2 units that are in Banner that I think are better than him. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think of the new update as well. I think it's awesome. So, yeah, just let me know down in the comments. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe. We're so close to 500 subscribers. I'd like to hit that before the summer starts. But thanks for watching. Which in the description as well.